VA loans are an incredible product that we offer to our veterans as a major thank you for serving our country. But unfortunately, sometimes they get a bad rep. They get the reputation that they're hard to deal with, that they don't always close, or that maybe they're not as good as some other types of loans. But I want to dispel those rumors and break down exactly how you should navigate your VA loan and why, if you're selling a house, you should not be afraid of them. I have a massive appreciation and respect for those who have chosen to serve our country. And as a veteran myself, I truly believe that we should offer our veterans every possible benefit for keeping us and our country safe. Let's start with the breakdown of what exactly it is and who qualifies. The VA loan, or VA for Veterans Affairs, helps make ownership possible for those who have served. The groups that qualify are active duty, veterans, members of the reserves and National Guard, and eligible spouses. This can also be used either for a first-time home purchase or someone who's purchased a home previously. These loans can be used for buying a home or building a home or even making improvements on a current home. The benefits that these VA loans offer their members include low or even potentially zero money down, favorable terms, and lower interest rates, as well as lower closing costs, which is the least that we can do. For our amazing men and women who have served our country, this is such a fantastic program, but I do see happen quite a bit in my industry, especially coming off this really competitive market that we were in, is that a lot of homeowners and sellers have this preconceived notion that VA loans are a disadvantage and harder to deal with. I want to dispel some of these myths today because VA loans can actually be quite fantastic, and depending upon their level of approval, might even be stronger than a conventional buyer. Myth number 1. The VA has too many requirements for the sellers. Let's break down some of the requirements for the VA. The VA wants to make sure that the home is actually safe that a veteran is purchasing. When an appraiser visits a home, he will keep an eye out for any obvious safety hazards, such as no handrails on the stairs or rotten wood on the decks and other blaring safety hazards. What they won't do is a full-blown home inspection. One of the big ones that comes up is wood rot. When a VA buyer does their WDO, or the wood destroying organisms inspection, they find even the tiniest postage stamp of wood rot, and it is required to be repaired prior to closing. The condition of your property is definitely something you want to assess when you're selling your house, because honestly, any appraiser will do the same. If you have a ton of wood rot that needs to be repaired and you don't feel like fixing it, I can honestly say that maybe the VA is not the way to go for you. However, VA buyers may have the option to fix it themselves prior to closing. You just have to negotiate it. Myth number 2, VA buyers are too broke to buy this house. Another misconception when it comes to VA is that you have a buyer who's getting a loan from a VA and they're doing zero down. Many people assume that that means the veteran doesn't have any extra money to put towards repairs or closing. This is absolutely not the case. Many times veterans could apply and get approved for a conventional loan with 20% down. Myth number 3, VA loans take too long. Another complaint that comes up is sometimes the perception is that the VA loans take forever. That depends quite a bit on your lender. Without going into it too specifically, you know that I always recommend a good local lender. When you've got a great local lender who's working on the opposite side with a buyer, they can get VA loans closed in 30 to 45 days, which is just the same as any other transaction. Navigating a VA loan can feel a bit overwhelming and tricky, but if you've got the right agent on your side and the right lender for the buyer, a VA loan can actually be phenomenal. Navigating a VA loan can feel a bit overwhelming or tricky, But if you've got the right agent on your side and the right lender for the buyer, the VA loan can actually be phenomenal. And what better way to honor those who have served us than to allow them the dream of home ownership? And for you veterans, active duty, military, guard or reserve, or eligible spouses, or any of the above, just know that I humbly thank you and appreciate all of your sacrifice and service, and hope that you take the time to look at this program and take advantage of it, because it's really an amazing program. And if you have any questions, I'm here to help. As you venture into the real estate market as a buyer or a seller, the more you know, the smoother your transaction can be. And if you're a buyer, there are some major no-nos that you need to pay attention to so that you don't sabotage your home buying dreams. And if you're a seller, make sure the buyer's agent knows it so that they don't sabotage your dreams either. Check out my video titled Things to Know So You Don't Sabotage Your Dream. I'm Christy Roque, your resource for all things real estate. See you next time.